Hello everyone, welcome back to Urban Informatics and Modeling, and this is Josh, and today I'll be covering about AURIN. So what is AURIN? AURIN is a Australian urban research infrastructure network. So it's a database for any urban research and any urban design related studies and datasets for the visualization. So AURIN has a map tool to show the data that is stored, and the data itself is taken from the Australian government, so it's reliable. So you want to go to portal and log into your organization, and I will log into mine right now. Right, after you logged in, you will see this interface. So for our project, we initially used this as a data visualization to show the number of homelessness and the heat map of homelessness where it resides the most. So in here we select some of the data, and we are able to cross-check which areas that have a lot of homelessness, and try to cross-check again with what kind of people are there, like the ethnic group, because remember that our project is about homelessness, and try to relate it to any cultural considerations. And this is the initial research that we did for the project. So AURIN is a very good tool, and it's a very useful tool, especially when you are trying to have a look and research on the informatics side, because it stores all the data that you need to look, and it shows it in a graphical manner, so you can have a look and you can cross-check easily. So the first thing that you want to do is just to have an area selection. At the moment I put Greater Melbourne because we want to minimize the area rather than going for the whole state. So just in the Greater Melbourne, that covers also Dandenong and Melbourne itself. And then in the data tab, click browse, and in here you can have a look and you can research any type of data that's perhaps available. And yes, it can take some time to load, so be patient with this website. So for example, I want to say homelessness year research, and then it shows here the data that's related to homelessness. So here that's from the AIHW, showing the service location for people who are homeless, and here shows the estimating homeless 2016 in statistical area 2. So SA2, SA3, SA4 is a system set by the government to show the scale of an area. So SA2 is a suburb, SA3 is a greater suburb, SA4 is a bigger area, and its separation is quite, it has no logic. It quite has no logic to it, but you want to focus more on SA2 and SA3. So SA1 is per parcel, so you don't want to be in that detail. So SA2, but since I've already got one, so you can close it. But if you haven't, click the attributes that you want to add to the dataset and click that. Or if you want to keep browsing, click that. But since I've already got it, I don't need to do that. So here it shows the table how many people are homeless estimated in the suburb. So to visualize it, click this wrench button and display on map. It's a problem with my AURIN. I think the website has an issue. At this moment I can't show anything about visualization part. So if I try to, for example, here, population of people, and then if you want to visualize, then go to display on map. It shows this kind of error. So this is the first time I've encountered this, and I've already notified the website, but I can show you how it works. So for example, you want to, let me just delete those things. Right, guys, really sorry that there is something wrong with the AURIN website. At the moment, it shows an error every time you want to visualize it. So I've already emptied my visualization here. And if you want to visualize, for example, a data, I can show it now. For example, if you want to visualize the data, just go to this menu and display on map. However, at this stage, it shows this kind of error. This is the first time I've encountered this, and I've already notified AURIN about this issue. And we still need to wait for a few days, but I can show you how you can show the data. So the process is always like this. So even though there's an error, I guarantee that this is going to work. So go to interactive maps and chart, go to mapping areas and polygons, go to core path. So core path, it shows like a heat map for the data, because at the moment, if you just show it displaying on map, that's going to show a whole block of the suburb with different gradients of blue and light blue and dark blue to show the quantity of the data. But in here, you can have like a more dynamic, and you can overlay it with other data that shows only blocks. So for example, if you want to go to population people, select an attribute. So in here, what I've done is to have an estimating of homelessness data and cross-check it with Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people's proportion of total population, net migration, etc., just to see whether there's a relationship between the number of Aboriginal people in the suburb and number of homelessness in the suburb. Because this kind of information that you want to look at to see what causes a high number of homelessness. It doesn't mean that Aboriginal people are homeless. It does not mean that usually people who are homeless are Aboriginal. But it shows that the data can be cross-checked, so you can have a synthesis of data, and that data can be extrapolated for you to produce a good information and a basis for your project and design. So in here, just to show different colors from this one. So for example, I chose greens and keep this sequential add, and it shows this the same error. But in this one here, you can choose a different color. You can choose a different color or a different data. At this moment, the errors keep popping out. I'm not really sure what, but I've already notified the AURIN people, and you can choose the colors, because when you display the data on map, it will show the color, and there's a legend here to show the numbers of people. So I'm really sorry if I cannot give very much information today, but the process is the same, and the process is something that you can copy it. You might want to try and go into AURIN, because that's one of the website that shows a very good data informations. And if you want to cross-check the data from one data with another data, this is a really good website, especially when you're in Australia. So thank you very much for today, guys. Again, I'm really sorry about the issue. I've already contacted people in AURIN, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.